Wake Up Wednesdays with Sharon and and today I think I have a pretty interesting morning in store for you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my journey with the ketogenic diet. So if you were interested in finding out what were, my peaks and valleys, then stay tuned. You know the drill, ladies. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and if you're across the pond, a glass of wine or a glass of champagne, and let's get busy. Okay, for all of the, many of you know that I've started the ketogenic diet, and it's been 6 weeks now, and I have lost a total of 15 pounds. And I tell you, when I looked into starting this, I wasn't looking for a diet per se. What I was looking for was a lifestyle change. Because I've tried other diets before, and they ultimately ended up as fads for me. They worked for the period that I did try them, and then all of a sudden the weight would come back on. But this one, in doing a lot of research, and I know many of you are on it, like Monica McGillicuddy, Marta Laura Zayas. L is for Living is on a sort of /keto paleo diet. So bottom line is it's a really easy diet to follow, or I call it more of a lifestyle. It's high in fat, moderate protein, low in carbs. Now, it takes a while for your body to adjust. Like I am in ketosis. I keep my carbs down to 20, maybe 25, and I eat good fat food. And it's funny because this diet goes against everything that has been drilled in us since since the beginning of time. You stay away from high fat foods. You've got to stock up on your carbs and whatnot, and you've got to eat your 3 meals a day. Well, the keto throws all of that out and goes really back to basics. And when we're talking about high fat foods, we're talking butter, bacon, steak, meat with the skin on it. That's what we're talking about, good high fat foods, not the margarine, not the low fat, not the processed food. And I can tell you honestly, it took a while for my body to adjust. And I did go through that keto flu for about 48 hours that I thought, oh gosh, I can't do this. But then once I got over the hump, it's smooth sailing now, and my body has adjusted to it. And one thing that I have noticed with going low carb, how this low carb, high fat, I'm going to tell you what I do afterwards. But I find that my body itself, I feel so much better in both in body and in mind. And what I mean by that is I feel less sluggish. I'm a lot more alert, and also I sleep so much better. So it really makes a difference. Now, I also notice if I add a little bit more carbs, then I end up feeling sluggish the next day. So it really has its benefits, and there's a lot of really great resources out on YouTube and on the net. And I'm going to share with you some of the channels that I follow that have been really helpful for me. But the way I had started was I would start off with a bulletproof coffee. Now that was a real game changer for me in trying to get used to it, because I needed that to be able to sustain me for several hours. Because one of the things about keto is you try to keep your eating within a certain time frame, not to be eating all the time. And what I love about it is that you don't count the calories. I love that. And so basically the bulletproof coffee was sustaining me, and I had a really hard time mixing the butter with the 2 tablespoons of butter with the 1 tablespoon I was using MCT oil, which I still use. And so I switched over, and I spoke to you about this. I switched over to the cocoa butter, and this was great with the MCT oil and my coffee and a heavy cream. That worked beautifully. But now that my body, and in terms of high fats, what I'll do, like you know, come noon, I may have bacon and eggs, 4 strips of bacon, two eggs, and then I'll have a portion of vegetables. And my vegetables, ones that I've been sticking to, are broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and asparagus. If I want berries, I can have a little bit of a quarter cup of berries, and I'll have that with, I'll top that off with Cool Whip. So I'm not, the beauty is I am not hungry. I have no cravings. And one of the things that I've incorporated now, just as of this week, and I can't get over how much better I feel, is I've incorporated intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting, you don't incorporate that overnight. You keep extending your morning like by an hour, adding an hour to your morning till you start to eat. Well, now the way I have my schedule set up is that I don't eat anything after 6 p.m. at night, and I go right through till noon. So that's like an 18-hour fast, and then at noon I will have either you know, chicken with skin. I always have a portion of veggies. I will have chicken. I will have either some beef. I will have eggs. I will have salmon. I eat a lot of salmon, always with a portion of vegetables. And that has really, and believe it or not, that maybe if I feel like a snack, I'll have a little bit of berries, or I will have some pecans or some macadamia nuts just to time me over, and then I am good. Like at 6 o'clock, I stop eating. I am not hungry, so it has worked really well for me. Now, I'm not planning to lose 100 pounds. If you want to do like a really hardcore keto, you've got to keep your carbs down to 5%, or around 5. I always, like I said, 20, 25. But here's what I've been doing, is during my intermittent fasting, you can still have liquids, and I followed Dr. Berg's advice. And what I've been having, drinking a lot of water. I will have only 2 cups of regular coffee, and the rest of the time, if I want coffee, I will go with decaf coffee. I drink a lot of water, but the one thing that the 2 things that I have introduced is bone broth. Bone broth is excellent. Now, you can make it. I was just too lazy to make it, so I bought this brand here. This is the one that Dr. Berg had recommended, and this one is keto and paleo friendly, but it's excellent. It's easy to use. You just add a scoop in water. This is from the same company that I get my collagen peptides. I always use a scoop of that in my coffee in the morning as well, that I love. This is great for my joints. But the other thing that I've incorporated in the morning is drinking apple cider vinegar. Now, let me tell you something. I am not a fan of drinking vinegar. I can't even drink lemon juice because the acidic in my teeth, it just drives me crazy. But Dr. Berg had made a suggestion. I thought, let me give it a try. So I take a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, add a little bit of the Himalaya pink salt to it, and then a pinch of ginger. And I tell you, it's pretty good. I make sure it's ice cold, but it's pretty good. So I start my morning with that, and then if during my intermittent fasting I feel like maybe I need a little something, that's when I'll go in with the bone broth. Otherwise, I stick with water, and I'm good to go. It's smooth sailing from there. A couple of tips that I have learned throughout the way is that with my coffee in the morning, because I will have 1 cup where I will use heavy cream. The rest of the time I will use unsweetened almond milk. But with the heavy cream, and I'll add my MCT oil. I don't use the butter anymore. I get these stevia drops. They're flavored drops. They're 0 carbs, 0 calories, and the ones I like are the hazelnut one, and this one, the toffee. It's called, yeah, toffee, and those are great. I just add a couple of drops to my cream. I froth it with my little frother that I showed you in the video. Then I pour in my coffee and my MCT oil, and that's my quasi bulletproof coffee in the morning. The other thing that has been really, really good for me is I'm not like hardcore keto where you take your blood. There's those the glucose. I can't remember what they call the meters. I use just these keto strips, and the ketone test strips. I use one every morning just to make sure to see that I am in ketosis, and it's very easy to identify because you've got the colors there that really tell you whether you're in ketosis or not. And I'm always moderate. I'm not down to the dark, but I'm moderate, so at least I know that it is working. The other thing that really helped me was I love the original Dr. Atkins book. This is a great information, even though it's not keto, but just the first portion of the book is very informative on what carbs do to your body. And but this little book is worth every penny, and this is the carbohydrate gram counter. It has everything you could possibly need, every food group, and it will give you the carb count. So I find this very, very helpful. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Oh, I did want to mention 2 supplements that I have I've incorporated since using the diet that have been a real bonus for me. And it's if you've been with me for a while, you know the NeoCell is one of my favorite brands when it comes to the ceramides. They have the best ceramides. I know Sheila from Life with Lily as well. She loves their ceramides. I don't know, Sheila, have you ever tried these? They're Glow Matrix, the advanced skin hydrators. This is helps improve skin's moisture and elasticity, reduces signs of aging in just 15 days. Do I look younger to you today? Anyways, I love these. So I've incorporated these because drinking a ton of water, it's still a struggle for me. I'm working on it. I'm really working on it, but I need to be drinking more. So I love these. And also another one, and I know I'm sure I mentioned this before, because I know, Sheila, you swear by these as well. The omega-3 by Nordic Naturals. These have been in my staple, in my arsenal for a long time. But I just want to mention these because I've heard a lot of women have a hard time digesting omega-3. I totally agree. Any other brand I'm not able to digest. This brand I am able to digest. So omega-3 by what are they called? Nordic Naturals. Nordic Naturals. Did I cover everything? I think I pretty well did. So that's my journey. I will keep you updated as as time goes on. But I'm really happy with the results with both. Like, not so much the weight loss. You can't say, oh, look at me and say, oh wow, you lost a lot of weight. It's not that. I feel it in my clothes, and I just feel better about myself, my skin, my mind. Like I said, my mind. I just feel more at peace with myself. So I'm really happy with it. Now, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I have to announce the winners of the giveaway for these beautiful tassel earrings from Ana Luisa Jewelry. So I did the random.org, and the 2 winners that came up, and I'll put the names here, are Angelina Caraway 35. Congratulations, Angelina. And Georgina Alfonsin. Congratulations, Angelina and Georgina. I will give you till Sunday to just get back to me. Send me an email. My email address is below with your address, and I'll send them off. If I don't hear from you by Sunday, I'll pick 2 other names. And before I end off, I'm just going to give you a list of the YouTubers that I follow for keto. There's Dr. Berg, who I really, really like. There's Dr. Ken Berry. I really like him. There's Keto with Casey. Excellent. She's got an excellent blog, too. There's also Keto with Steve. He's relatively new. Actually, he's on my channel sometimes. Hi, Steve. But he has terrific, easy peasy recipes to follow. So those are the people. Oh, and there's Keto Connect. They're a young couple, really cute. And so they're a joy to watch too. So I'm going to have a link to all of these channels down below. So hopefully you enjoyed, you found this helpful. And on that note, what does Natalie tell you? Natalie tells you when you look at yourself in the mirror. Natalie tells you you're beautiful because you know what? You are. You're beautiful inside. The rest is just decoration. Play with your makeup. I certainly did. I will have the face of the day. And the outfit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have this one down below, but I'm going to have Matilda's outfit. She's got this beautiful retro red dress on with the white jacket. I just love these dresses because they really camouflage a lot of the ways. I don't know if you could see her because I can't see her. Hopefully you can see her. I'll bring her closer. But anyhow, I will have a link to her down below. Don't forget to go on over and watch Sharon. And by the way, just to give you a heads up, I decided I'm going to start posting my face of the day on Instagram. I never use Instagram. I don't do social media, but I'm going to start doing that this week. So hop on over. I'll have my Instagram address, and you can tell me which face of the day you would like me to recreate in a Get Ready With Me. Je vous embrasse de Montréal. Soyez prudents, soyez belles, et à la prochaine. Au revoir.